What up, people? It's your boy, Master Judy, out here with another review of Stargirl. This time it's Stargirl episode 6. And I've got to say, I had quite a blast with this episode. This is easily the best episode, the most fun episode I've had to watch. Um, there will be spoilers in this review, as per usual with all of these Stargirls reviews. So if you haven't watched it yet, don't tune into this review. But if you have, please stay for my analysis of it. Um, Pretty much the episode starts off with, it starts off interesting with this time we get a focus on Tigress and Sportsmaster, which we hadn't seen in like 4 episodes, 4 or 5 episodes. So this is their introduction back into the story. And their girl Artemis. Artemis is overly competitive. She's on the football team. Surprise. And the coach decides to bench her because she like punched a teammate because said teammate gave her a late hit on a scrimmage. But that's neither here nor there. Pretty much, they off the bat murk the coach for insulting their family by benching their daughter. But the rest of the episode pretty much goes as Pat finding out that Courtney took all of that JSA stuff, and he's like, "Look, you're gonna have to ask for that stuff back because you're involving your friends in a dangerous game." In a dangerous game. So pretty much the episode goes Courtney tries to ask for the stuff. Of course, Beth gets attached to the goggles of Doc and the AI of Doctor Midnight. Yolanda feels like being Wildcat is a second chance at life. Um, Pat decides to talk with Rick Tyler, tell him about his father, give him his diary, tell him about the hourglass, and say, "Hey, you should give the hourglass to me because clearly you're not using it well." But that all goes out the window. They all say no because, of course not. They don't want to give up power. And of course, if you're given like superpower or super equipment and whatnot, why would you want to give it up, especially if you're a teen? But the main crux of the whole thing is that uh, basically the Injustice Society is out here to get some satellite codes and equipment for their project, New America. So so first of all, Icicle Senior basically says, "Hey, you two are off the bench." To Sportsmaster and Tigress, saying, "You two are off the bench. I'm going to need you for a job tonight." Which of course they're hyped for. I'll get into their character later because they're obviously one of the best parts of this episode. But the gambler is pretty much like saying, "Hey, here's the details for the mission. We're going to need you to do what you do best so I can get these codes." And it's clear like everybody's strictly on a professional relationship basis because nobody likes each other. But that's neither here nor there once again. So pretty much Dr. Midnight's goggles informs the new Justice Society that, hey, listen up. There's going to be a break-in at this satellite tower. I'm going to need you to go in. That the gambler is pretty much going there. So Yolanda, Rick, and Beth are like, "Hey, this is our first mission. Let's do this thing." Courtney's like saying, "Let's have some caution," but Rick also, they're all kind of bagging on Rick, especially. I mean, sorry, bagging on Pat. Sorry, Pat Dugan, saying that, "Hey, Courtney, what does he even do? What's he good for?" Like, and by the way, when Rick had a talk with Pat, he was basically saying, "Bro, what good were you? Why did Starman even need you? Why did any of them need you?" And then he's pretty much saying that, "Hey, Courtney, if Pat told you to give back your staff, would you?" And obviously, she's like, "Well, no." So that's that. So the goggles give the specs for the mission, and they're pretty much telling Courtney, "Hey, you're either with us or we're gonna do it without you." So Courtney's like, "Okay, let's do this." So basically, they head to the satellite, and then they're all suited up. I have to. Well, I'll get into that in my pros and cons. So they're all suited up. They arrive. They see a guard dead, and clearly it's too much for 2 out of 4 of them, or maybe also 3, because Courtney was a little bit unnerved. Um, but they were kind of shocked, and then of course we could see there was a little bit of a mix-up because they were expecting the gambler there, but it was Sportsmaster and Tigress. And so after that, of course, they fight. and they begin to fight, and we see that they are clearly outmatched, all four of them against pros, of course, and like there's no denying it. They get curb stomped. They get owned. 4 against 2. They outnumbered them 2-1, and they still got curb stomped. Unfortunately, um, well, yeah, technically, yeah. I mean, Beth didn't really fight. She more or less saved Yolanda. Um, but as you can see, it doesn't matter because the gambler, at the end of the day, completed his mission and say, "Hey, we're done here." And it looks like it's about to enter overtime, as Sportsmaster says. Um, and pretty much they're about to finish him, and then Pat comes in with Stripe, and they realize that, okay, we've taken on these 4 kids, but this robot throws a little bit of a wrench into this game plan. So they decide to retreat, but the mission is already completed, pretty much. And so everybody retreats. They go back to headquarters. Pat decides that, I mean, Courtney comes to the realization, like, yeah, we were in over our heads and we got lucky. We couldn't have won this without you, or we couldn't have escaped, not even won this without you coming here, Pat. And Pat acquiesces to the fact that, yeah, they have the suits, they have the powers, there's no going back now, but you guys do need training. So that ends with that. And then the Injustice Society, the gambler says, hey, not everything's bad. Um, we got the codes, we got the equipment, but they realize that it can't happen without that the plan of Project New America cannot fully happen without Brainwave, and Brainwave is obviously in a coma. So they decide to like say that, okay, we're gonna have to find out who this new JSA are because they also are throwing a wrench in our plans, or they could throw a wrench in our plans because so far they've succeeded. So they decide to say, okay, we're gonna find out who they are, and that ends the episode pretty much. So let's get into the pros, the mid, and the cons of this. The pros. Obviously, the villains, of course. I mean, I like Gambler, of course. Icicle Senior is there. Well, before I get into the pros, let me just say that there are two B plots. One is Mike doing a science fair project, and he bonds with his stepmother, and then of course Icicle Senior and Icicle Junior have a moment to remember their lost mother slash the lost mother of the family, and it provides for good character development. But like I was getting back into the pros, so the pros obviously, like I was saying, the villains, the gambler, spectacular, Icicle Senior, pretty good. Now we get into Sportsmaster and Tigers. Now um, I have watched basically Young Justice. That was my first introduction into Sportsmaster and Tigress. And of course, it's a little bit jarring because, for one, Sportsmaster and Tigress and the Stargirl obviously get along. They're not estranged. They're not divorced. They're happily married. They love what they do. They love being evil. They love being overprotective helicopter parents, overachieving on behalf of their overachieving daughter because of that's how they were raised. They're out there killing coaches and ensuring that they're on every PTA board and basically um, being overly involved in the status of their daughter to make sure she is the prime athlete that they raised. So it's odd. I mean, the Sportsmaster suit looks a little bit like something Casey Jones would wear, but it works. Same thing with Tigress's outfit. It's not bad. I'm surprised that I feel like her identity can easily be found out, but that's neither here nor there. Other than that, I love their charisma, their personality, and of course they're a deadly duo. They practically owned the Stargirl and her crew. So hey, they were a threat. They were a threat. Pat shined in this episode as well. He's delivering his usual wisdom, his stoicism and whatnot. It's pretty good. Um, I would say that Stargirl and the team were also pretty good. They were less grating. Um, I'm guessing I'm going to say this. I was going to put her in neutral, but I will put her as a pro. Beth became a little bit less um, overly attached, clingy, kind of annoying. It's clear that having Dr. Midnight's AI is mellowing out her character. But as I said in my last episode review, she's clearly not ready for combat because she was definitely shocked out of the four of seeing somebody who died on the job. Yolanda, you know, did pretty good. I mean, because, I thought she's pretty good. Rick, has his issues, but getting owned is a pro of this film as itself because he begins to mellow out and he recognizes his flaws. He was a complex character. He realized his errors after getting owned. He's like, okay, maybe I was wrong. He admits he's wrong. Courtney shows that she has the makings of a leader, even though she kind of was peer pressured into this mission. But we can see that she'll definitely be a good leader moving forward. So all four were pretty good as well. Like I was also saying, Pat, his wisdom was great. So I believe that's. Oh, and then we get into the suits. Now, um, I think the Wildcat suit on Yolanda has grown on me. I always thought that the mask was a little bit too much, but it seems to fold on her face better, which I think is good. It looks very good. The Hourman suit looks very good on Rick. Really like it. The Stargirl outfit, of course, is just classic. It looks good. The Doctor Midnight outfit on Beth is not bad, actually. I mean, it could be better, but it's not terrible. So I think that's good. And of course, Tiger Sportsmaster suits, they're not bad either. I think they work for this show. So I'm done with the pros. Now we get into the neutrals, the middle tier, in betweeners. Um, Mike. Now, for most of my episode reviews, Mike has been that one character that has been insufferable to me. Very annoying, to say the least. But the reason why, so he had like the side plot. He had a science fair project that he procrastinated on, and he decided to do it. And the thing is that these antics are not cute to me. But anyway, he goes ahead and he's at the science fair. He's got his project ready. Surprisingly, everything's good. But he told his parents not to come. And what I thought was interesting was that wait a minute, why are these people at his school? And it's a science fair. But apparently everybody's parents were there, and here he is feeling lonely and left out. And my first thought was like, why are you so sad? You asked your parents not to come. But lo and behold, we see his stepmother, who I believe is very, very, very nice. Really like her character. She's just a nice woman in general. Um, she decides to come. And, he's happy. And, they do the project. And, it's a success. And, I think what pushed him into the neutral was really just bonding with his stepmother. He became less insufferable. He's having fun and all of that good jazz and whatnot. So, yeah, he's in my neutral. He definitely got better thanks to his stepmother. And, hopefully, maybe he does get better as the show progresses. I think my one con was Artemis Croc. And that is the only con I have. And of course, she might get better as the show goes on. But for one thing, once again, my introduction to Artemis Croc was in Young Justice. This was somebody who had her faults. She was abrasive. She was a loner. And she was into extracurriculars. She was doing archery. But she had a sense of, hey, I know what I'm doing. And I'm not an asshole. Forgive my language. Forgive my language. But in this one, man, granted, the dude shouldn't have tackled her at the end, but you're overcompensating, man. Like you're going about, you're punching dudes, you're like, you're trying to overtly be a bro. Like, don't do that. Don't bro too hard, man, because that was something. That was something. But yeah, those are my con. That's my only con. Other than that, I really, like I said, I really enjoyed this episode. This was probably the most fun I've had watching this episode. There was fighting, there was action, the plot was moving forward. We get some additional character development. Characters get tested, characters get brought to their breaking point. Characters realize that they got to be better, um, and they all come to a consensus that hey, we got to be better. So yeah, I liked it. Obviously, this is the best episode of the season. I'll give this a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, it's almost perfect. So yeah, that's my review. Thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Hit the notifications to make sure you're notified. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I'm going to discuss a good show like Stargirl and get your views on them. Comment below. Once again, thank y'all for watching, and I hope to have more videos out tomorrow. Peace.